front of her. Jessica Hunter's going well at the minute. Now Jessica Hunter's really coming into the fray. Jessica Hunter's finishing very strongly here, and it's going to be Jessica Hunter that takes this one. Jessica Hunter had an absolutely fabulous second half of that race to come through. We saw her run a storming personal best earlier on in the heat. It's Jessica Hunter from the Vale of Aylesbury.
If that is confirmed, then that could be a new personal best for young Jess Hunter.
But a good win from Jessica Hunter, and she's qualified for the final in a lifetime best. Can't do any better than that one.
Season's been a few bumps in the road.
Obviously it didn't all go to plan and I fell started.
Running the European qualifier 5 days too late. See, because that was our main target going into the season, but what can you do? Obviously you do have your doubts when it starts going downhill with injuries and everything.
Probably the biggest challenge we had was early in the outdoor season, just picked up an injury in the hamstring, which was tough at the timing of it. It took an incredible amount of effort and work on her behalf to rehab from that and get back into any sort of shape and use competitions really effectively to get back in fantastic shape. If we didn't have that hamstring injury, potentially we would have hit that time a lot earlier in the season.
I got into athletics through my sister because I always used to watch my sister go down to the track, and then when I see her go, I really wanted to go, and then when I was old enough I then went to the Wickham track and then eventually moved to Aylesbury and started training at the Aylesbury track. Yeah, last season was really good. I mean, I achieved a lot of stuff I wanted to. I ran amazing times in the hurdles, which I was very happy with, and then going on to English schools to come second, which was my main focus of the year, and I was very happy to do that. So, I mean, coming from last year, definitely, but not coming placing, so yeah, it was really good. My aims for indoors, hopefully, will be to go to represent England. So looking at about 8.3 pace, them sort of times, hopefully, to then go to the international there, and then that will obviously be my first international for the indoors, and then looking further on to next season, outdoor season, is European juniors. So hopefully I'll be able to make it there, and that will be my second international. So yeah, all being well. A typical week of training involves 3 to 4 track sessions, and then at least up to 2 gym sessions. I'd say on a Tuesday we would normally do the speed work, so it's kind of the short quick stuff, or the endurance, speed endurance, and then Thursday we do the hurdles, but it's more technique, so it's very precise, working on small things like to get everything ticking over, everything going well. And then you've got the Sunday session, which is the speedy hurdle stuff, which is really good, and then I then go to gym to work on my strengths, my core, and mainly the power, so I'm very strong and speedy over the hurdles. I think a Thursday session where it's like the technique, because everything's slowed down, it's a slower pace, and everything's kind of precise, so everything's precision. So it's kind of, you can work on little things, and then when you do get them little things, it's like leaps and bounds. Definitely I'd say the speed endurance, because they're longer, so obviously they're kind of a love-hate relationship where you love the effect you get from them and the results you get from them, but you hate actually doing them because they're so long and they are very tiring. I'd say technique-wise, I love Sally Pearson's technique, because obviously she's just so precise, and I think if I could replicate that, then be very happy. Scott is a coach, he's a really good coach. I mean, he does everything he can to get me to competitions. He works his butt off as much as I do, just to get obviously stuff done. He's always down at the track whenever we need him. He's consistently working. He's been a big help to how far I've come. So yeah, it's been a big part of my success, definitely.
Jess is great. She's a very bubbly character, like always happy to help out other people, very focused on making the most out of her ability, like really dedicated to training. And I think it's one of them ones where I think like most of the guys in the group, but in particular like Jess, Maurice and Sarah and Danelle are very focused on, they want to be better, and that makes it a lot easier to coach them. I think Jess in particular has gone away, she's worked on lots of things, and she always looks at the positives in what she's doing, but always looks for the next best thing that she can do to improve her, whether it's her sprinting or hurdling or jumping. And as I say, the fact that she's a really enjoyable, bubbly character, I think has a massive knock-on effect. I think she acts as a great role model to young people, and I think her success is down to the pure fact that she will put in more than pretty much anybody else. She puts in 100%. And yeah, the growth that she's seen over the last few years has been fantastic as well. Jess's biggest strength is the fact that she has this competitive edge. So when it comes to training, she will always want to do the very best. So it's a competitive edge against herself. And that's not just about running faster times, but that's about hurdling better, that's about jumping better, running better, throwing better. She will always want to do something slightly better. So she will go away, she will watch stuff online, she will watch videos of herself, she will discuss that with myself and other members of the group, always trying to find how can I make myself just that little bit better. But she transfers that really well into competition, so she will always want to do the very best. She, because of that positive attitude, has a limited fear of competitors. She's completely aware, and she does get nervous, obviously, at them sort of competition events, but she's the type of person who thrives on competition as opposed to trains well and just doesn't perform in competition. It's similar with anybody really. There's lots of bits that we can work on. Like, to be honest, the growth we're looking at is if she wants to be a world-class sprint hurdler, which I truly believe she could be, we need to get below 13 seconds. That's what it needs to be nowadays. Jess has run 14 flat, and I think her flat speed could get better, and I think will. Her hurdling, we still got bits to work on. Our lead leg needs to just work, flex a little bit and get the foot going towards the hurdle. And our trail leg is dynamic, really good, but there's still technical things we can work on there. So in general, there's a lot of potential there. There's lots of conditioning and technical stuff we can improve on, which is exciting, because that means there's so much more we can do. And to take 1.2 seconds off in the next few years to get her below 13 seconds, I think is very achievable, based on the mentality of Jess and based on the improvements we feel we can make. Jess has only really joined with me like the last 2.5 years. So in that 2.5 years, she's moved from a very reasonable club hurdler to second in the English schools, and starting to develop more and more. And that's only a measurement of where she's going to, not where she is as such. And then in terms of combined events, she's still fantastic in that. She's still doing very well. She finished 4th this year in the national champs. So there's an all-round opportunity for Jess. She's a very good jumper, hurdler, sprinter. I think her strength does lie in hurdles, if I was to be honest. And I think that if she can fulfill the potential that I truly believe she's got, then she should be a world-class hurdler and should certainly be wearing GB vests. Hopefully, we're looking at next year, 2015, European champs, trying to get her first GB vest in that sense. But that won't stifle us. The long-term plan is senior international GB. So yeah, I truly believe we'll see her at the Worlds and the Olympics in the future.
So we're back at Lee Valley. Obviously 2 weeks ago it didn't quite go so well. Do you want to sort of take us through what happened a couple of weeks ago? Or?
Well, obviously I was hoping to race Southerns. Just wanted to win, I think. I was going there to win. Hoped to get a fresh PB, but at the start, obviously it didn't all go to plan, and I false started. Well, got DQ'd, and then obviously I'm back here again, hopefully to get a better time. Yeah, body's feeling good, I'm feeling good, so hopefully all goes well.
No false starts.
Yeah. I think first round I'm just going to get out safely, see where I'm at, and then second round, then I know where I'm at, obviously because I've got time, and it's like, right, get a time ahead and focus towards that.
Cool, okay, well I won't hold you up anymore, I know you've got to get warming up, so good luck and see you after the races.
They're racing again 2:30.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
Second meeting, the under 20 men. It's on the start line now, Sakala Hall.
I took them to the
So here's my view, it's not massive technical changes that you're looking for, it's more about aggression and just execution and speed. So if it was, we need to work on this, and we said that Brunel, but I think the speed's just going to get you into it a bit more.
Yeah.
So are we going to change everything we need to before, even
I just
before
need to get snappy out of them blocks. That first section needs to be. When that's good,
Yeah.
it'll set me up well. But I can't until then.
That just starts felt.
In the first one.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not overly gutted. I probably look it, but I'm not overly gutted. So like, it's a decent time.
I think when you look, looking back at the race, you can see the sort of speed going out and you go, it's nothing I've done at Lee before. You know what I mean? So, as I say, I'm happy with it because in terms of execution of speed, that wasn't there, but execution of hurdling was good. You come back well at the end in the first race. And like when I'm talking about you looked nervous, you just didn't have your same plan that you normally do at the start. So when they all walked around, you stayed at the start line, and that's when you with me. So it's one of them ones where you just have to go. If nobody's on the line, I'm just going to get away from the line and get back on the line when I need to. So your preparation for the race starts when the race is about to start. Don't stand there because your brain starts going.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I just wanted to get going. I wasn't nervous, that's the thing for that race, because I knew there was no pressure to win. Do you know what I mean? So it was kind of, okay, just get a good race in. But I saw the time, I was thinking, oh, okay, that could be decent, but we have to see.
I remember what we set the target. Taking 1.2 off in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
It's not taking 1.2 off in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
If that happens, brilliant. The reality is we should build indoors, we should get to a point where by the end of the indoors, you fill in 8-5 shape, if not quicker.
Yeah.
And then when we get outdoors, we know we've got the first structure of the race and we just build up that fitness to finish off the race.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain, we've got a PB.
Yeah.
But yeah, and progressively getting better, so can't complain. I definitely need to go back to the drawing board when it comes to my start. Definitely to be more aggressive out of blocks, but that'll come in time. Just need to get stronger, keep fit. I think I could have done more in the second race, but I can't complain, I come with another PB there. Third now, so hopefully get that first soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the British Champs yet, but if not, then it'll be Nationals. Thank you.
Again, Carla Drew, Yasmin Miller in the centre lanes would be the two you would expect to be to the fore, not just on times, but in terms of calibre. We're live from Sheffield this Sunday afternoon with Vinco Sport and British Athletics from the EIS. So we've seen the lineup on the screen for this next heat. Athlete from lane number 3, Jessica Hunter, she is there by the way, just in case you just tuned in, you're looking at that thinking is she a DNS? There she is, pops back into her lane. And again, this is the first two to qualify. 5 teenagers and Carla Drew in this heat. The elder stateswoman in the centre, 25 years of age. Hollingsworth on the inside. Maria Hollingsworth, 18 years of age. Alongside her, Jessica Hunter, 18 years of age, Vale of Aylesbury. Yasmin Miller from Derby, Carla Drew, City of Sheffield, Olivia Montez Brown, West Cheshire, and Jade Simpson from Plymouth. Here's heat 2, first two to qualify. Pretty even start. First to rise in lane 4 is Yasmin Miller, and Miller 2 or 3 yards up from Carla Drew, and it's Yasmin Miller comfortably from Carla Drew, and Jessica Hunter getting up for third, but comfortable qualification for Yasmin Miller. 19-year-old, another one of those bright crop of up-and-coming British sprint talents at the moment, this time over the barriers. So here's a replay, pretty even start, but then coming towards the first hurdle, Yasmin Miller gets away from them. Smooth technique, and in the end, look, she's 2 metres clear of Carla Drew in second. Hunter third, Simpson on the outside fourth from Montez Brown and Hollingsworth. Confirmation, Miller 8.27, Carla Drew 8.47, PB for Hunter 8.68 in third. And in fourth, Jade Simpson also gets a PB, 8.81, that will please the Plymouth fan club watching on.
So women 60-meter hurdles, B, Barrett, Santi, Bowers, D, Courtney, Hunter and Wayne. So we'll clean start then. We're going for lanes 4 and 7, Sartari and Courtney, but coming up strongly on the outside here for the Cardiff Archers, number 35 there. The opponent is Jess Hunter. Winning time 8.47. So we wait for that to be confirmed. If that is confirmed, then that could be a new personal best for young Jess Hunter, competing for England as a guest. So looking start. That was Alicia Barnett, I think 8.47. That is the winning time there. Alicia running as a guest for the English team.
Okay, we're ready. Three, two, one, go! Grab. Time!
I'm not sure that's how it works. No, we're happy to do the red. No, put it in the right order. Red first, red first, red first. Yeah, it's good.
Look, red, stop, amber, get ready. Go. Shots bottom. And blue's just loose. Break it down. Yeah, and then have it, yeah. I don't want to. I think I've put too much hard work in. Everyone's put too much hard work in to put it all together. And then... The season's been a few bumps in the road. False started unfortunately at Nationals, but I still got to go to the Welsh International as a guest, and then ran a huge PB there, which I was very excited about, and it set me up well for the outdoors. I think there's still stuff I can improve on, there's still stuff to improve on, but the Nationals, I wish I'd got that race in just so I'd had a feel for where I'm at, but I'm glad that I popped out the time I did at the Welsh International, so yeah, I'm happy with it, I'm very pleased. Well, we're looking into going abroad to get some races in, and then that should hopefully set me up for the Loughborough International in May, early doors in May, so hopefully, well, the main target being Europeans, but set me up, get some good races in, hopefully PB. Training's going well, getting harder, but it's going well, so I can't complain. It's tough, but got to do it.
Okay, cheers.
Thank you.
And to be honest, probably the biggest challenge we had was early in the outdoor season, just picked up an injury in the hamstring, which was tough at the timing of it. It took an incredible amount of effort and work on her behalf to rehab from that and get back into any sort of shape. And she come back and use competitions really effectively to get back in fantastic shape.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Next up on the track we have the first of two heats in the women's under 20 100 metre hurdles. Qualification for the European Juniors is 13.70. Two athletes close to that may well get even closer with the strong tailwind we have this weekend in Bedford. The lineup for this first one then, 6 athletes in the field. In 2, Taylor Benson from West Norfolk, personal best of 13.92. Jessica Hunter of Vale of Aylesbury, 14 seconds dead. In 4, Mollie Courtney from Cheltenham Harriers, best of 13.87. 8th of the British Indoors this year, Midland champion last week, and the English School Senior champion from 2014. Outside her in 5, Gabby Burton from Cannock. In 6, Ella DeLucis from Peterborough. And in 7, Annabelle Past from Coventry Gillard Harriers. So keep an eye out for Courtney in 4, and already Courtney's got off to a flyer. Opened up the lead on the rest of the field. On the inside of her, Jessica Hunter's going well at the minute. Now Jessica Hunter's really coming into the frame. Jessica Hunter's finishing very strongly here, and it's going to be Jessica Hunter that takes this one from Mollie Courtney. 13.81 on the clock then from Jessica Hunter, and if confirmed, that is a new lifetime best. Mollie Courtney got off to a belter of a start. She looked clean over all the hurdles, none of them have been hit to the ground. But Jessica Hunter had an absolutely fabulous second half of that race to come through. But a good win from Jessica Hunter, and she's qualified for the final in a lifetime best. Can't do any better than that one. Just showing you a replay here of the strong finish from Jessica Hunter in that first heat. Mollie Courtney coming through well. So let's take you through the lineup of this under 20 women's 100 metre hurdles final. In lane 1, Taylor Benson from West Norfolk. In 2, Zoe Lucas from Grantham District. In 3, Shirin Irving of Windsor, Slough, Eton and Hounslow. South of England silver medalist last week. In 4, Chelsea Walker from the City of York. In 5, Mollie Courtney from Cheltenham Harriers. Qualified for this final in 13.88 seconds, just outside her lifetime best. Outside her in 6, we saw her run a storming personal best earlier on in the heat. It's Jessica Hunter from the Vale of Aylesbury. Personal best of 14 seconds flat. She clocked 13.81 earlier on today. So she'll be looking to push the European Junior standard of 13.70 seconds. Outside her in 7th, it's Ella DeLucis from Peterborough. And on the outside in 8, Heather Patton from Worcester AC. So a full field of 8 lining up this under 20 women's 100 metre hurdle final. Keep your eyes out for Mollie, Courtney and Jessica Hunter in lanes 5 and 6. Courtney didn't have the best second half of the race in the heat earlier on. Hunter absolutely flew for the second 50 metres. So it could be a close race between lanes 3, 5 and 6. Shirin Irving in the yellow vest, Mollie Courtney in the black socks, and then Jessica Hunter in the blue vest of the Vale of Aylesbury. The full lineup then for this under 20 women's 100 metre hurdles final. In 1 Benson, in 2 Lucas, in 3 Irving, in 4 Walker, in 5 Courtney, in 6 Hunter, in 7 DeLucius and in 8 Patton. Fairly even out of the block, but it was a good start from Irving in the yellow vest in 3. She's leading at the minute between herself and Courtney. Courtney now beginning to come through very strong. Keep an eye out for Hunter, but it's going to be between Irving and Courtney, and Irving's going to get there. Courtney in second and Hunter in third. 13.60 seconds on the clock. My word, that was fast. If the wind is legal on that, then that will be European Junior qualifying standard. Earlier we saw Jess Hunter come back very strong in the second half of the race, but her start today, just this final, wasn't enough to get her in the mix. Great run from Mollie Courtney and Shirin Irving. Irving making light work of those hurdles. 13.61 the confirmed time, plus 3.1 metre per second, so that is 1 metre per second over the allowable limit. About that 55 metre bar.
No, but you don't expect that.
Like suspense in the
oh, you haven't seen it. I was sitting there like, oh no, surely someone will say, but they always say people will not. And then his head just and then it just fell off, and I was like,
what? That's just someone's head falling off. It's not like someone like shadows and then like. Well, okay. I've got my blood brother, yeah, who is.
It was a good race. Kind of didn't have any expectation because of my performance that big, but no, yeah, it was good. So I was happy with how I performed. Obviously, only if the time was legal, but oh well. On to the next one. Yeah, so the heats was good. Race was reasonable. I think I sat on the blocks a bit in the first heat, but no, yeah, to run a PB I was very happy, but I think the final, I think I was a bit too eager. My start wasn't great, so it kind of set me back, so I was just chasing, but hey, I'm happy to come third at the end of the day. It was a bad start, so now just looking under British champs. I'm actually feeling really positive, so hopefully training's been going well. Speedy over the hurdle, so hopefully I just run a good time.
Okay. Do you know who's in your heat? No. Is there a start list or?
No, we don't actually know that until the day, so
okay.
Play it by ear.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Cheers.
Yeah.
Good luck, British champs.
Thank you.
See you after.
Shirin Irving, Neve Bailey, Chelsea Walker, Sarita Solomon and Jessica Hunter also in Heat 1. Jessica Ennis-Hill, we know about the standard she sets herself, and it's her and Solomon elbow to elbow in lanes 5 and 6. Immaculate hurdling from both of them as well, and Jessica Ennis-Hill is going to be through to the final at 13.18 seconds, just outside her best this season, but she will be the automatic qualifier. Sarita Solomon will have to wait, but Jessica Ennis does win at 13.17 seconds. Solomon second at 13.43. Irving third, 14.06. Hunter 14.10, I think. Bailey 14.23, and then Walker 14.98.
Over on the back straight, we've got the first 2 races for the Sheeny Girls. 100 metre hurdles, qualifying, first screening heat, and the fastest 2 losers to go through the final. In the first race, in the district programme, Jess Hunter goes in for lane 1, replacing Alicia Barrett. Passing 2, Jenna Beard in 3. Jess Hunter. Second in the championship last year, lane replacement for Alicia Barrett.
Convincing win there from Jess Hunter. Saw her have a fantastic run in the heats of the England Under-20 Championships.
Jess Hunter and Mollie 13.88.
Is this your family? Yeah. I sat there riding and I was like, they look like Minnie Donnells. But I was like, I'm not going to say anything because I didn't know. And it turns out they are Minnie Donnells. It was a really good experience. I got to race Jess Ennis, which I was really happy about. My race was a bit hit and miss. The wind was quite strong, but my reaction time wasn't great either. But the race overall, apart from that, was quite a quick race, which I thought, but I think the wind just kind of affected it a little bit. But apart from that, I was really happy with it. crowd was incredible when they announced Jessica's name, and literally just the experience, I think it was so much to soak it all in. But no, yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a legal win, to be honest. I thought it was a plus win behind me, but I was absolutely ecstatic when I saw the time, 36.6. But I think I was kind of excited, mixed emotions, definitely, because obviously 3 days later on the qualifying. I've only ever raced 80 hurdles on the back straight, but clearly did me good, so maybe I should do it more often. It's a bit of a rocky start, clipped a few hurdles at the start, but then once I got into the groove, just got going and it's alright. Just got to win, yeah, take the win any day of the week. I think it was more the PB just because it was kind of like, you can do it, it was fine, it was there, it was just unfortunate on the timing. So I think the PB stood out a lot more, and then the win was just an added bonus, to be honest. One more competition, the Welsh International. It's a win in the Southern, so then I'll go there and hopefully want to win that race and get the new England kit, which will be fun, yeah.
Brilliant.
End the season hopefully on a high. 2016.
Yes, yes.
Big year.
Okay, well, cheers for the catch up and good luck at the Welsh International.
Jessica Hunter, a win for England.
We're going to move on to the women's 100-metre hurdles, which went on a little earlier on our programme. It was a fantastic race. In third place, representing England North, a time of 14.86 seconds, was Zoe Lucas. In second place, representing the England Midlands team, 14.68 seconds, Mollie Courtney. And Welsh Athletics Outdoor International winner for 2015, representing England South, a superb time of 13.93 seconds, Jessica Hunter. Winning team for 2015 was a team from England South.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.
It's probably a few, to be honest, but the ones that stand out, English Schools title, which was great, but more importantly, the performance at the English Schools running 13.66 was outstanding. And if you look in terms of performance of the current British senior sprint hurdlers, that time is certainly up there with what they were doing and beyond some of them as well. I think indoors, there was a really strong performance early on in the season. 8:47 indoors ranks you just outside the top 20 all time for under 20s, which is pretty phenomenal. Both of them times, both indoor and outdoor, were highly ranked in Europe. So in terms of performance, there were certainly some outstanding races. I think there was a few other things. Probably the highlight was Jess getting the England best to race as well and taking that competition as well and winning that competition, and even in the indoors beating all the English and Welsh international athletes was pretty impressive. So yeah, she had a very good season.
Definitely my highlight was running 13.66 because obviously that was my PB that I was aiming for the whole season. But yeah, English Schools was probably my main highlight.
I think when we set out the initial goal, it was to qualify for the European champs, get the GB vest, and to be honest, probably the biggest challenge we had was early in the outdoor season, just picked up an injury in the hamstring, which was tough at the timing of it. It took an incredible amount of effort and work on her behalf to rehab from that and get back into any sort of shape, and she come back and use competitions really effectively to get back in fantastic shape. And unfortunately, she met the standard what was required 5 days after the selection date. I think if we didn't have that hamstring injury, potentially we would have hit that time a lot earlier in the season. And so in a way, it was great that she actually met the standard, so she knows what shape she's in, and I think would have got even quicker as well if the season was a little bit earlier. But in terms of probably frustrating moment was, yeah, just her not getting selected for the GB team. I think she'd done everything physically possible to do that. So that's probably the down part of the season.
Running the European qualifier 5 days too late. See, because that was our main target going into the season, but what can you do, I guess.
Really, really pleased. It's always been like a 5-year goal that we've talked about. Long term and getting to senior success and getting under 13 seconds. I think big leaps. I think like in terms of the people she competed against, she held her own with some great athletes, both her own age. But the fact that she managed to compete against Jess Ennis and conducted herself really well. Wasn't the best race for her personally, I don't think, but I think in the way she conducted herself around that whole competition was brilliant, and she looks comfortable at that level. So I think progress-wise, to see where things have gone from 2012 to now has been better than I could have imagined, and hopefully she feels the same way. But yeah, it's very exciting to see where next, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think I knew I could run the time, but obviously you do have your doubts when it starts going downhill with injuries and everything. But then when I ran, I was like, yeah, I'm quite happy. I was on track.
Yeah, it's a funny year next year in terms of there's no major competition for under 23s next year, but I think certainly in terms of the planning, we're looking at British trials, go there, run a really good time, set out how she's going to be over the next few years and make sure people are aware of her, try and compete on the same par of all the top senior female sprint hurdlers, and certainly try and push the time down to a low 13, which would set her up perfect for the next year. So the under 23 European champs will be in 2017, and at that point that'll be Jess's second year, and hopefully we'll be pushing sub 13 seconds, which would certainly make her one of the favourites to take that title.
Yeah, definitely next year would be to make the Olympic trials final, hopefully, because this year we didn't make it to the final, we only went through the heat, but definitely make it to the final and then see what will happen.
Really well, really well. We've done a lot more hurdling than I would normally do at this time of the season, just because the weather forecast is going to be a pretty awful winter. So trying to get some decent hurdle work done early is critical. She's certainly showing that there's a few new things that she's been working on what have come on really well. I think once they become a habit, almost patterned in, they're going to make a big difference in terms of time and performance. There's still things we're working on, but it's early doors, and yeah, it looks in great shape. I think it'd be interesting to see if, once we've done a couple of indoors, how we're shaping up, but I'm hoping we should be opening up similar sort of time to what she was PBing at previous indoor season.
Yeah, no, it's been going good. I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think I'd be where I am right now, this early on anyway, so yeah, definitely happy with the way it's going.